All right, here we are back at Bathurst, Mt Panorama. I have set a 2065, which is pretty good for me. Pretty good for me. This is the day after my coaching session. I've done a few more practice laps and such, but yeah, I am getting ready for my race. My 2065, unfortunately, only puts me in 13th place, which is not a great place to start, but it is what it is. So let's see how it goes. Again, first lap, always going to be a little cautious. Everybody's on cold tires. I just want to make it around the first few turns without getting taken out, and then I can open it up a little bit. Down the main straightaway, heading to a right. I get a decent run through here. In fact, the drivers around me are a little too slow for me at the moment, causing me to back up a little bit. And I'm watching these two in front of me, and I'm thinking they might have an issue any minute here. So I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on. So I'm right behind them, and still cool tires. See the driver in front of the one in front of me. Pepe, he hits the wall a little bit there, nothing big. The difficult downhill portion, which I've gotten a lot better at, especially because of my coaching, Bernardo Faria, fantastic coach. See the accident here, avoid that. I've actually gotten pretty good at avoiding those. I mean, now that I've said that, I'm probably going to nail one. But kind of aware of where they're going to happen and just being ready for them. All right. Down the back straight, still see these two in front of me fighting. I've got pressure behind me just to keep going as fast as I can. Pepe in front of me now, a little too slow. Driver off the road. But I'm right on Pepe as we go into the final turn. I am in 10th place. So I've made up 3 positions at this point, and I'm feeling pretty confident, to be honest with you. Things are going pretty well, and I seem to be able to apply a lot of pressure to the driver in front of me. So I'm thinking, all right, we may have this in hand. We just got to keep from getting taken out. And I've opened up a second to Steve behind me. Sorry about the coughing. I've been dealing with a slight cold. But there's a fairly large group of drivers still all around us. And while I still feel this track has a lot of pucker factor for me, after my coaching session, I feel way more confident at what I'm doing. Way more confident. He taught me quite a few things, areas where I can improve, and already the track feels safer for me to drive. This is lap 2. We got a lot of pressure behind me with Steve right on my tail. I don't know how he caught up so quick, but he was a second behind, but not any longer. Into the final turn before the long straightaway down the back. Steve hits the wall a little bit there. I get a good run out. Driver's behind us. Almost nearly wipe out. So Steve and I have a gap of about 2 seconds behind Steve to play with. And I've opened up 7/10 to him at this point. I make a lot fewer mistakes this race than my first one. Again, like, I've practiced a bunch. I've had coaching. It's just amazing how much that helps. Okay, in front of me, Pepe goes off the road. Opening up, I am now in 9th position. Still feeling confident about this. I got Steve half a second behind me. Don't do the best exit out of here. I'm always timid on this first exit, and I shouldn't be as timid. But things are looking pretty good. Ramon in front of me is about 4.2 seconds in front of me. I can still see them, and I'm feeling pretty good about my pace at the moment. Last lap was a 2:07.4. That's my fastest lap so far. I can get a little better at that turn right there. And this is still one area right here where I should be going flat out, and you'll hear me take my foot off the gas occasionally because I shouldn't have hit that curb, because I just don't have the confidence to go flat out through there yet. I'm getting there, and I will probably be there by the end of this weekend. But notice I've got way more control here. Cut left hard. Behind me, Steve is right on me still. Driver in front of us went off the road, so I'm thinking, oh, maybe we can catch him.
Huge, Max.
Still in 9th position. That is Brody right in front of me. Brody is generally faster than I am. Little mistake there sends me off the road. I'm going to go ahead and give Steve that position because he's faster than me. Well, I try to at that moment, but he slows up for some reason. And if he hadn't swerved there, he probably would have been able to take the position. 4/10 behind me. He gets a better exit out of there than I had. I'm trying to catch up to Brody in front of me, who is pulling away. And we are on lap 4. Still got to get a little better in that turn. I'm more confident in it. You can hear me taking my foot off the gas here, though. And I should be going full out. Again, hit that curb, and I shouldn't. Brody has pulled way away from me because he's been able to go flat out through that section. Behind me, Steve is right on my tail. And behind him, Artem. So I might be holding up a little bit of a train here, but they're going to have to get past me. And behind Artem is Eric Silveira. Don't forget him, driver from Brazil. He's going to come into play in a little bit here. Down the back straightaway. Into lap 5. Still my fastest lap at this point, 2:07.398. So I can go a little bit faster than that. The lead drivers, I might add, have just set a 2:04.5. So that tells you how far I am off the lead, which is still a little ways. Steve goes to the inside here. I try to give him room. Behind us. I want to back that up just for a second Steve collides with me here, but I want to back this up for just a second. And I want to take a look at what happened to that driver uh, before us. Because, and I want to look at it from Eric's point of view. And you'll see why in just a bit. So here we go. Okay, so he lost it all on his own. That's good. Eric runs into, or excuse me, Steve runs into my back here. I'm not sure why that occurred. My braking has been consistent at this point. He causes me a little bit of damage to the rear of my car, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on my steering or driving. And you can see right now, Eric behind Steve has closed up, and now Eric is challenging Steve. There's no doubt Eric is a fast driver, but I've got issues, as you will see. All right, lap 5 is going to complete in this position. Let's skip up to the next lap. Here we enter lap 6, and I'm going to go to lap 7. Lap 7, I'm still holding the both of them off. Eric has dropped back just a little bit, about 2 seconds. I make a mistake there, go off that track right there. That's probably the biggest problem I had. I tried to take it just a little faster than I could. Steve's having some connection issues. He's got more pace than me. And he gets the pass done finally on me. This is lap 7. I'm hoping maybe to take that position back. But I think Steve is probably a little faster than me. He just couldn't make a clean pass happen. And again, I should be going flat out through here, and I just am lacking just that little smidge of confidence to make that happen. You see Eric catching up very quickly, hits the wall. So I've got a good run down here. Eric is behind me. I'm in 10th position. Behind Eric, Zhao is 7.7 seconds. So it's really the three of us. I'm comfortable ending the race in any of these three positions, to be honest with you. And I can see that Eric is desperately trying to pass to the point where he's hit walls and he's lost a little bit control of the car. I don't want to go off as much as I did last time there. I get a good exit out of there. Down the front straight. Lap 8. Good exit out of there for me. I could have even pushed that a little harder. Eric is 0.3 behind me now. Two tenths. Again, this is my weak spot. If I can figure out how to go flat out through here without trouble, I'll be great. 0.2 behind me, 0.1, 0.2, dropping. almost lose it there. I didn't cut fast enough to the left. Eric has dropped to 0.6 behind me. Gives me hope that I'm faster through that section than he is. But he seems to be faster on the rest of the track than I am. Still lap 8. And Eric punts me off the track. I nearly roll the car. And again, let me back that up just so you can see it from a different view. But I'm going to make my turn, and he just uses me as a brake, I think. Let me give you this view. Taps the back of my corner, sending me off the track. I don't know if this was intentional. I don't know if this was just a racing incident or an accident. But as a result, I lose 3 or 4 positions. I ease myself back onto the course, staying to the left so this driver can get past me. Now Pepe's in front of me again. I'm a little annoyed. I got to tell you, a little annoyed at the result of that. I am now in 14th place from 9th, 10th position. And to make matters worse, he's going to finish in like 6th or 7th position by the end of this race. So, no justice. No justice. But it is what it is. Happens. Still pretty happy with how things are going. I'm going to skip forward another lap. No real change here. I'm still in 14th place. I'm going to skip forward one more lap. And now I'm in 12th position. And I'm in 12th position because 2 drivers have collided and sent themselves into the pits. So I find myself in 12th. And quite honestly, this is where the rest of the race I'm going to wind up. I'm not able to get anything done, and there's no big excitement in front of me for the rest of this race. Now, I will say I have set a 2:06.5 on one of these laps, one of my fastest laps in a race, so really happy with how that goes. I feel more confident on the track, so that's good. I'm going to skip forward to the last lap. All right, so here we go into the final lap, lap 13. There's really nothing to write home about at this point. I'm just trying to bring it home. I'm 8 seconds ahead of the person behind me. As it stands, I'm either going to break even or gain or lose 1 point on my I rating as a result of this. I've had a pretty decent drive, though. I think I only have like maybe 4 or 5 incident points at this point, so pretty good. I'm just going to try to bring it home and get it across the line. So I'll give you one last view of first-person perspective here. Not pushing as hard as I can, but I'm not easing up either, because I do not want Artem behind me to close that gap. I just want to bring it back here. Maybe I break even, and I just call it a wash of a race, but I did learn a lot this race, and I'm proud of how I handled myself. I gotta figure out how to get flat out through there, and I'll be in really good shape. Made a lot fewer mistakes on this race than I did in previous races. So again, I think some of the terror of this track is worn off a little bit. It's still an incredibly dangerous track, and when accidents happen, they tend to cause multi-car collisions that just destroy people's races. And so, taking all that into account, I'm just happy I'm finishing the race, and this time not limping across the finish line with a broken wheel. Excuse me. All right, so coming across the final lap here, that's the end of the race. Let's see what my ultimate results are as things played out. Okay, so first off, I'm in the third split. The strength of field in this race was in the upper 1600s, so significantly higher than where I am. I'm at a high 1588 after losing one iRating point, so I'll take that. That was not terrible, but I would have rather gone up real close to that 1600 mark. I'd love to make it. My safety rating increases by 0.13 because not a lot of mistakes on my part. Start in 13th place, end in 12th, so I gained one position. Fastest lap was a 2:06.538, so I'm definitely improving on the pace. I had a total of 4 incident points, so not too shabby. And yeah, so tough. Strength of field, 1693. I'm racing people that are significantly more experienced than I am, I feel, at this point, but I'm holding my own and catching up. And I want to thank Bernardo for his coaching because, man, that just, if you're driving iRacing and you want to get in touch with Bernardo, especially for P Cup, Porsche Cup, reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with him. He is a fantastic coach, really patient. The best time to get into the coaching is early on before you develop some bad habits. So, overall, very happy with the way the race went. I mean, I could have been happier if I'd finished in 9th or 10th position, but getting punted off the track certainly didn't help my demeanor or anything. But I was able to bring the car home. Fortunately, the accident wasn't as bad as it could have been. I somewhat feel it was intentional, but hard to say. Hard to say. So it is what it is. We get it across the finish line in 12th place. Okay, so I'm going to continue to drive this track through the weekend. I have to tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's terrifying, but it's also a whole lot of fun. And the more I drive it, and the more experienced I get at it, the better I am enjoying it. Next week starts Spa, which I know everybody loves Spa, but man, I am just not the hugest fan of Spa in terms of iRacing, lots of accidents and such, but we'll see how next week goes. For now, that's the end of this